Hey, what's up, everybody? Matt with Midwest Muscle here. Thank you for joining me this Monday morning. It's almost 5:30 a.m. All right, sorry if I'm moving a bit slow today. We had a kid awake right in that part of the night where it's like, if you would have woken up earlier, I'd be fine, but if you would have woken up later, I'd be fine. But there's just that one part of the night where they like wake up and it's like, no matter what you do after that, you're gonna be tired. So anyway, moving a bit slow, but okay, if you were with me last week, what we decided to do was take it a little bit heavier. So normally I use a pair of 50-pound kettlebells. Today I'm using a pair of 60. That's what I did last week as well. Last Monday we did sets of 2 and 3 with a slightly heavier weight because we're trying to get in volume, but not practice with sets that are so heavy that we're really just smoked at the end of them. So we're gonna do more tiny sets in order to get the movement pattern down, get used to the weight, and grow stronger slowly over time rather than try to rush things. So today, this is the second Monday of using a pair of 60-pound kettlebells. And instead of doing sets of 2 and 3, all I'm gonna do is do sets of 3. So I know that doesn't sound like a lot, but over time, that really adds up, just doing small steps like that. Right, so if you wanna join, you can stay on pace with me, or you can, go faster or slower. Just make sure that your form is correct and you're not hurting yourself. That's the main thing, is staying safe, staying smart, like I said, not injuring yourself, and getting your workout done so you can continue on with your day and not get injured. Sorry, I had this thing pop up. All right, I'm gonna start real soon here. If you like these kind of workouts, head to the link in my bio, sign up, get your free 30 days of kettlebell workouts for busy dads. Here we go. I'll be back. Ask questions if you got questions, make comments if you got comments, just say hello. I'll keep an eye on this, and let's get to work. I've got a whiteboard over here that I mark all my sets on, so that's what I do in between. So I can record what I'm getting done, and I can look back and kind of track my progress. And then, of course, if I ever fill it up, I just take a picture of it, erase it, and start over. But either way, it's always good to kind of just keep an eye on your progress over time, so you know if what you're doing is working, or if something happens in the course of your life, and you're gonna look back on your training and think like, oh yeah, I was doing really well here, but really poorly here. Like, what was the difference? And you kind of have notes, and you just understand how everything works together, and how personally other things might affect your habits, and what you can do to, in the future, prepare for those kind of things so you don't fall off the horse or something like that. A lot of people have asked me about waking up early, and how do I develop the habit of waking up so that I'm working out at 5:30 a.m. And I can give you a ton of practical tips, but the main thing that you have to do if you want to wake up early, or even if you want to continue, just have a streak of working out and build that habit, the same thing. It's the same thing for all habits. You have to look at the underlying motivation. Like, what is it that you truly want? And some people are going to say, I just want to look better, I want to feel better. And I think that's okay. But it's kind of a short-term goal, because you're going to work out, you're going to eat healthy, you're going to look better. And then if that's really truly your end goal, you're going to look in the mirror and be like, all right, I'm going to stop now. And to be honest, I think that people only kind of want that, but there's really even deeper reasons why they get, why they decide to get in shape. And I think you really need to kind of think about like their health reasons you might want to get in shape, which is, I think, a deeper reason than just looking good. You know, you may be concerned about your future, spending time with your family. But I think even deeper than that, getting in shape really is about this kind of like comfort in the world, and your comfort in your body and your self-confidence. When you wake up every day, how do you feel in your body? Because that determines the rest of your day. It determines how you put your clothes on. It determines how you walk up and down the stairs. It determines, in light of the other reasons, it's going to determine how you feel spending time with your family, and then how you see yourself in the future spending time with your family. So yeah, maybe it's kind of health, but also it's your comfort and your self-confidence in the body that you do have, and knowing, I think part of it is you knowing that you have the choice to improve how you feel, and whether or not you make that choice. I think we all deep down know that I can choose to be healthier. I can choose to feel better. I can choose to have a better future. I can choose to look better in my t-shirt. And I think a lot of people are not really unhappy with the fact that they may not look good, feel good, think about their future. I think they're, really deep down unhappy that they're not making the choice to change those things. So if you're trying to get into the habit, to circle back, I hate that phrase for reasons, but to go all the way back, if you want to wake up at 5:30 a.m., you have to get through all these levels of reasons, levels of excuses, levels of motivations. It's all muddled in there. And I think you have to get to the very root of it, which is why are you waking up at 5:30 a.m.? And then once you can find that, you can kind of base your goals off of that, whatever seed that is. I would be willing to bet that it's that I don't know even the phrase I'm looking for, but it's that idea that you know that you can make the choice or not. Once you decide that you can make the choice, then figure out, is it more that you want to be healthy? Is it more that you want to feel better? Is it more that you want to look better? And you tailor things going forward to that. But first, try to figure out if you are making the choice or not to make the choice to be healthy, to make change in your life. That's what it is. Do you want to make change or you don't want to make change? That's the root of all quote unquote motivation. And quote unquote because I think really the feeling of motivation just dies pretty quickly, and after that the discipline kicks in. But the discipline can only kick in if you've already made the decision to decide that you can change. So that's what it is. Decide if you yourself want to change. And if you don't, then you're never going to wake up at 5:30 a.m. and work out or read or start a business, whatever it is. But if you get through all that and decide, yes, I do want to change, then you can start attacking, implementing practical things to wake up, to accomplish things. All right, speaking of accomplishing, I'm going to do a few more sets. once you get to the point where you truly decide and understand what change is, and that you are the person that makes the decision. You can change, and you want to change, and you have to make your other decisions. So, sorry, they're picking up my trash if you hear a noise in the background. And you can decide, all right, what are the kind of things that motivate me? Generally speaking, what are my goals? Is it pure health? Or do you want to compete in something? Do you want to just look better and you don't really care about health? All these things, in my opinion, are fine. You just need you need to be brutally honest with yourself. Because once you find your target, then you can decide what the best way to shoot at it is. Because some people might say, like, I want to be a runner. That's my favorite way to exercise. I want to run a marathon. Then you gotta find a training plan that is going to train you to run a marathon, not a powerlifting plan. Or you might want to, join a powerlifting competition, lift a ton of weight, get into the whole just pure strength, chasing strength. But then don't start running 5 miles every day. So here, what I'm getting at is, like, for me personally, I decided I want something in the middle. I don't want to be an extreme, cardio bunny, but I also don't want to be, a gym rat that just is only going for looks. I just want a super practical, I'm healthy, I look decent, I get my things done in time. So that determined, my tools, that determined the time I was working out. It determined how my diet was going to work, everything. So, yeah, as you can see, I do have a half rack back here, and I do occasionally use it. I used to use it a lot more because I wanted to lift heavier weights, and I didn't really care about anything else. And the programs I was following at that time, they were just really time intensive. And not only time intensive, but I think just effort. I was not willing to make that effort. Some people are willing, some people want that, and that's fine. But personally, I was like, this is not improving my quality of life, so I'm no longer just gonna purely chase that anymore. Which is why I ended up going just almost 100% with kettlebells. They're easiest for me to meet. They're the most efficient way to get to my goals. I can still put on muscle. I can still get cardio in. I can still get stronger, look better, not take a lot of time. So I chose kettlebells, and I just followed that path. It wasn't necessarily like a conscious path of, these are the only tools I'm going to use 100% of the time, no matter what. I found that the kettlebell workouts were the absolute most effective for getting closer to my goal. So that might not be the case for everybody, and that's okay too. You gotta remember, you gotta go back to the core of what your goal is. What is your motivation? Once you find that, determine what tools you're gonna use, what path you're gonna take, and then start determining what's the best way for me to wake up at 5:30 a.m. or 5:30 p.m. to go, whatever it is for you, that works for you. Then you got to start implementing those practical steps to put that training plan into action to get to your goal. I'm going to get some more sets done. I'll be back. Almost time. Then we're gonna get our homework assignment. One more set, then we're gonna talk about homework. All right, 6 o'clock. I did a record low number of sets today. Not a problem. Okay, here's the homework. We talked a lot about establishing habits today. Starting with how do you wake up at 5:30 a.m. And people were probably looking for practical advice. And I did not deliver that. Because that's secondary, at least, to the underlying decision that you're going to think about for your homework. Okay. If you're seeking to wake up at 5:30 a.m., or if you're seeking to lose weight, add muscle, maybe not even fitness related, if you're seeking to read more, if you're seeking to move up in your career, if you're trying to swear less, whatever it is, you have to really think about, like I said earlier, your different levels of motivation. Okay, why do you want to do this thing? Just on a basic level. And underneath that, I think you should really think about how are your habits today, or how's your state of life today due to whatever it is you're willing to change or you want to change. How's it negatively affecting your life? Okay, you're overweight. Each day when you wake up, go through your day, think about it. Because what I'm trying to get you to do is think about, is it really something you truly want to change, or you're just like, it's fine. You just kind of say it because, I don't know, you're just mildly annoyed by it. But if you truly want to change it, you have to discover whether or not it's affecting your life, like on a daily basis, as you go about your day. What kind of impact is it having today? What kind of impact will it have in a few months if you continue doing this, or in a few years? That's why I'm always harping on health. That's why I'm always harping on your form being correct. Because my goal is to not just get totally jacked as fast as I can and look great. Okay, I've already gone through this process. I personally, I think in my head when I'm working out, man, when I'm 70 and my kids are grown up, God willing, they might have grandkids, and they're gonna be like, hey, we wanna go hiking, or, we wanna go camping. I don't wanna be the guy that's like, I can't do that, I'm just too old. I'm gonna be like, all right, let's go. Or I wanna call them when I'm in my 70s, be like, hey, let's go on a camping weekend with my grandsons and my son. Stuff like that, that's my motivation. The other motivations, I do wanna look better. I think it's perfectly fine even if you're a Catholic, even if you're religious, to say, yeah, I want to look better. I want my wife to be happy when she looks at me. I want the self-confidence that comes along with it. I want to feel better in my body, you know. Everyone wakes up some days and you just feel like trash, feel uncomfortable, make your skin crawl. That's perfectly normal. And I don't want to feel that way. So I work out, I get a sweat, all that stuff. Practically speaking, it's easier being stronger. It's easier being more conditioned. I can chase around my kids. I can pick up my kids. I can pick up heavy things. Sorry, that's the trash on the other side of the street if you hear it. Okay, I'm getting off track and ranting about my own motivations. All right, so you got to think about all these super practical things, reasons that your habits today are negatively affecting your life. Then you have to think about, if you decide to change all that, what positive effects will these habits have on your life? All right, here's the level you really got to get to, though. If you truly want to start waking up 5:30 a.m., or if you truly want to start if you want to read 100 books in a year, if you truly want to, whatever it may be. And despite being the simplest sounding, this is the most difficult one. You have to think to yourself, am I willing to decide to change? Simple as that. Go from the top down. Take the most, I'm going to say shallow, but without the negative connotation, the most shallow reasons you want to change to the deeper reasons, to get to the very bottom. And then you have to decide, because you have to understand change, habits, all of this. You can decide whether or not it's worth the effort to make that decision over and over and over and over again. And if you're not willing to do it, then be happy with your choice not to do it. But weigh it against all those things that you just thought about on the other levels. If you're unhappy every single day with how you feel, with how you look, are you injured, whatever it may be, your place in life, weigh it against whether or not you think it's worth the effort to change. And then decide. And then after that, maybe you'll be happy with your situation right now. You'll say, hey, it's not worth all of the effort to change my habits. That's okay too. And you'll be hopefully a happier person. I'm not that kind of person. When I think about all the things I want to change, I think to myself, okay, these are negatively affecting my life. My life could be positively affected in X, Y, Z. And then I try to get down to that nugget and say, okay, I can change this, and I do think it's worth the effort to change it. And then we can talk about the other stuff. All right, if you like this style of training, if you like this lifestyle advice, whatever, go to the link in my bio, sign up. You'll get a free 30 days guide for busy dads. Just start hitting those workouts. I will occasionally email you with life advice or with workout advice. Come back Wednesday, I'll have another workout. Maybe I'll do more working out and less talking. Maybe I'll still be tired, who knows. But I'm gonna wake up because it's a habit. I decided to do it. All right, see you Wednesday.